shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent.
LeBron James's legacy is the greatest double standard in sports history. I have never seen an athlete ever be held to just unfair double standards and to just unfair and dumb arguments to slight his legacy. Like, I feel like LeBron is so great that the expectations brought upon him are literally impossible or just unfairly put on him. Yet almost every time, he always comes close or succeeds in proving us all wrong. Now, just a disclaimer, this video is not in any way a Jordan versus LeBron video. You will hear me compare LeBron and Michael a lot, but it is only to dispel and expose these double standards that are held against LeBron. In an MJ versus LeBron debate, it may be a different story, but the points that people use to call LeBron overrated or not even close to MJ because of these reasons are just ridiculous. Because at this point, it really is between LeBron and MJ. But with that being said, here we go. First, let's start with the fact that people say that every finals loss on LeBron's resume taints his legacy. I just don't believe in this idea, because are we really gonna count 2007 as a taint on his legacy? Look at the starting lineup of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now look at the San Antonio Spurs. Look at how old LeBron James is. How the hell is LeBron going to win against that team in his 4th year in the league? That would be like Mike accidentally beating the bad boy Pistons early on and then facing the Showtime Lakers in their prime. And what about Jerry West? This man lost in the finals 9 times. But who is on the logo of the NBA? I bet if LeBron never existed, people wouldn't even know Jerry West lost in the finals 9 times. But because LeBron's standards are held so high, people that defend him have to look at stats like these. Next is the whole super team thing when he went to Miami, and the fact that he had to go get help to win. So when LeBron creates a super team, all hell breaks loose, and he's the most hated athlete for 4 years in a row. But when Kevin Durant did it, he's just trying to win now. It was his best option. He had to do what he had to do. Would you rather be known as a champion or as a Karl Malone? But when LeBron did it, it literally felt like the worst thing in the world. But when KD did it, people wanted others to sympathize for him. That's not right. But again, if we're going back to using this argument to slight LeBron's legacy, to a degree it does matter. But in context, it's not that big of a deal. Magic, MJ, Kareem, Russell, Bird, almost every top 50 player of all time had the luxury of being drafted with a Hall of Famer, or at least being part of an organization that knew how to get talent. LeBron, I mean, up to 2003, they haven't been relevant since MJ was giving them the business in the 90s. And even when they got LeBron, they never surrounded him with anyone. And even after LeBron left, the only reason they got talent, they got Kyrie, they got Wiggins, is because they locked into it. That wasn't a masterful job by the management. It was just them being so bad that they had the #1 pick. If anything, they should low-key thank LeBron for leaving, because he forced the Cavs to get all-star level talent. But this just shows that LeBron basically had no choice but to leave, because if he didn't, he would never be considered in the Mount Rushmore conversation, because he never won a ring in Cleveland. Nonetheless, the GOAT conversation. So this whole notion that LeBron had to join a super team to be successful is just ridiculous, because he had no choice but to get the recognition his talent deserves. And this next one is the one that really irks me the most. When people say Ray Allen and Kyrie Irving saved LeBron's legacy. It's not because they didn't, because they did to a certain degree. But what really gets me heated is when people act like LeBron is the only one that got his legacy saved. Let's go to another sport, football, specifically the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. Now, after this year, a lot of people started calling Tom Brady the GOAT, greatest player of all time, not just quarterback, greatest player of all time. You guys, do you guys know that Tom Brady would be 3 for 7 as well if it wasn't for 2 clutch plays not made by him? If Malcolm Butler did not intercept that pass, and if Seattle just ran the football, the Seahawks would have won. If James White did not get that touchdown in OT, the Falcons would have won. And you might be saying, oh, but Tom Brady led the drive down to get them in position. Oh, Didn't LeBron do the same in 2013? Didn't LeBron do the same last year when he had that block on Andre Iguodala? So when Ray Allen and Kyrie made clutch shots to quote-unquote save LeBron's legacy, all hell breaks loose. But when White and Butler do it for Tom Brady in back-to-back Super Bowls, it's all good. So when Robert Horry hit a game winner in Game 5 of the 2005 Finals, where the Pistons won Game 6 and the Spurs had to win in Game 7, it's all good. So when Steve Kerr and John Paxson hit game-winning shots in Game 6 of the NBA Finals on 2 separate occasions in 1993 and 1997, it's all good. MJ's legacy is still the fact that he went 6 for 6 and never let it get to Game 7. When there were 2 times there could have been a Game 7 and he didn't even hit the shot to win. And who knows what could have happened in Game 7 with those teams. Tim Duncan was already considered the greatest power forward of all time before 2013 because of 4 for 4, when Robert Horry potentially saved his legacy as well. And with Brady, he would be considered an all-time choker and not even top 5 if it weren't for those 2 plays. Yet people don't really say that against him, but with LeBron, they do. And then we got the whole LeBron's only dominating because he's in a weaker conference argument. Alright, first of all, I agree MJ had a tougher conference. His finals opponents are a different conversation, but his conference was tougher, I'll give him that. So let's go to the second guy that people don't think LeBron is better than. Magic Johnson. The guy that is considered by many the second greatest player of all time. Not all, but many. Check this out, and this is straight facts. If we look at the Western Conference second seeds, from the 1981 to the 1989 season, when Magic and Showtime were at their peak, no team in their conference won more than 55 games once. And the team that won 55 games were the 87 Mavericks, and they got bounced out in the first round in 4 games. The other one were the 89 Phoenix Suns, who were the 3rd seed because of divisional standings and got bounced in the second round in 5 games. So the Lakers never even faced them. So that makes it 8 straight years where the Lakers never faced a team that won 55 games before the finals, where they went to the finals 7 times and won 4. But meanwhile, we look at LeBron's last 9 years, where he's either been the 1st seed or in the finals. He's faced only 2 teams that did not win more than 55 games. 8 that have. Technically 7 since the lockout year Bulls didn't win 55 plus, but that's because there were only 66 games. They were on pace for 62 that year. So that's 9 years where LeBron had a tougher road to the finals. 7 he's made it and 3 he won, compared to Magic who went to 8 and won 5 with an easier road to the finals. And if you think I'm trying to taint Magic's legacy, I am not. I still think he's the 3rd greatest player of all time and the best point guard in NBA history. But do y'all see why saying LeBron's just going to the finals every year because he's in a weak conference is just a dumb argument? The teams you face don't matter. And it shouldn't matter if we're talking about how great something is or someone is, because greatness is greatness no matter in any shape or form. Now, do you guys see the double standard? These are things brought against LeBron to taint his resume and his legacy, but they don't do it for any other player, for any other athlete in some cases. They only do it because it's LeBron, because people can't and refuse to believe that a player of today can actually be better than the player of our beloved and nostalgic past, filled with the great memories of Magic and Showtime, Larry and the Celtics, Shaq and Kobe, and MJ's Bulls. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I am out. Peace.